Come on, this is way too slow. It's been like 10 minutes already. I gotta take the stairs. I think there's a packet for me. This is what I think it is. We right on top of Fermentation Fridays. Oh yes! Chia seeds, nutritional yeast. Big thing. Yes! This is what I really wanted this box for. Today we're gonna make a nice sauerkraut with some delicious spices. So we got cumin, curry, and some chili powder. We on Rastafaro. It's Fermentation Friday and the people don't got their ferments yet, but we needed that seasoning. We needed that package because this sauerkraut we're about to make is the best sauerkraut you're ever gonna try, guaranteed. It got a little bit of mango in there for that tropical sweetness. Got a little bit of spice in there to make it taste nice. And I'm telling you, you're not gonna try another sauerkraut better than this. So give it a shot. Adjust where you gotta adjust, but you know, this one's a winner. So enjoy. So we're gonna start by peeling the outer leaves off of the cabbage and set them aside. And at the end of making our cabbage, that's what we're gonna use to make sure all the rest of the cabbage is submerged. Next, we're gonna take our cabbage and we're gonna grind it down into small pieces and then put it in a pan. If you'd like, you can chop it up into small pieces. I personally prefer it when it's nice and small, grated pieces. Next up, we're gonna add a tablespoon of salt and use our fingers to massage the cabbage until it's leaving a nice juicy liquid brine coming out of it. Once it's settled, we're gonna sit it aside for about 5 to 10 minutes and get to cutting the rest of our veggies. Once we're done chopping off our veggies, our cabbage should be nice and juicy, and we could add the rest of our veggies to our cabbage, mix it up, and add your seasonings. I'll put a tablespoon of curry and a tablespoon of chili here. For this recipe, we're gonna make our own brine by adding a teaspoon of salt into 1 cup of water. And this extra brine is gonna have a little bit more liquid for our cabbage to sit in, and it's also gonna give us some liquid to drink after we're done with the cabbage. So we're gonna stuff up our glass jar. Then once we're stuffed it up, fill it up with the brine, mix it all up till it's all mixed together, clean it up. And then we're gonna put that leaf that we peeled off from the beginning, and then we're gonna make sure that all of those cabbage pieces are stuffed down and only thing left on top is that big leaf. Next up, we're gonna add some avocado oil. This is completely optional, but I like it to seal the top. For our lid, we're just gonna use a paper towel. You can use a coffee filter, whatever works. We just wanna have air coming in and keeping the bugs out. Now we're gonna keep it in a cool, dark place for the next 3 to 5 days. 3 days later, you can see the liquid is separated from the solid part of the cabbage. We're gonna wanna mix that up again because the cabbage separates as it ferments and it creates that carbon dioxide gases. So we're gonna make sure we mix it back up again so it can continue to ferment. Now this was ready after 3 days, but you can leave it up for as long as 2 weeks.
Amazing.
So there you have it. That's the best sauerkraut I've ever tried. You can't even really call it sauerkraut because it got too much flavor. It's like a sauerkraut, kimchi, curry, like a whole bunch of goodness. But this is gonna feed your gut bacteria. It's gonna feed your microbiome. So today's little informational tidbit of what we're gonna do about the gut biome is what is probiotics and what do our gut bacteria actually eat? Like, does our gut eat probiotics, or do probiotics hang out in our stomach? That's what we're gonna touch on right now, because that's kind of something that I was confused on, and now the information's coming out. They're kind of getting clearer on where it's coming from, so I'm gonna share that with y'all right now. So what it is you can look at probiotics as they're just like visitors that come in town and they help you out and then they leave. So when you ingest probiotics, when you're having these good bacteria in your body, it goes into your digestive system, goes along your colon, into your intestines, but then it leaves. It's transitory. It just goes through. So when you really look at it, probiotics aren't enough by themselves. So what is enough? What do these good bacteria eat? Because I said they eat, and they need to eat to produce the different nutrients for our body. So what the good bacteria eats in our body, in our microbiome, is fiber. And this is really all that we know right now. We don't know much about the microbiome and the gut bacteria, but we have the idea that they eat fiber, and the different strains, the different types of bacteria in your body eat different types of fiber. So that's why it's super important to get a wide variety, diverse amount of veggies and amount of fibers for the different microbiome bacteria to eat, because we don't know what they eat. So we just gotta keep feeding it different types of stuff and see what feels good for you. So once something feels good, maybe it's feeding that gut biome the way it should be. So today's little tip for the microbiome is to eat varied amounts of fiber and eat those raw fibers. So it's one thing to have your kombucha when you're just drinking the liquids, you're getting the probiotics, but it's a whole other thing to have that sauerkraut where you're getting the probiotics that's inside the sauerkraut, but you're also getting the fiber. So in that sauerkraut there was cabbage, there was green onion, there was cilantro, there was watercress, there was different peppers. And in that, those are all different types of fibers that are gonna feed different types of bacteria in your stomach. So that's why I fell in love with these sauerkrauts instead of just sticking to the water kefirs and the kombuchas. So when you go to the grocery store, every time you go, say you go once a week, pick up one new veggie. Today I picked up a bitter melon, which I never tried it before. My cousin was telling me that bitter melon is especially healing. So I'm gonna try it out. And this is just gonna give my body a little bit varied amount of fibers to ingest and maybe feed the gut bacteria a little bit more. So go out, do that one today. That's gonna be the week task. Go get a different kind of veggie, a different kind of fruit to feed that gut bacteria. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sticking into this Fermentation Friday. I'm gonna try and share as much as I know about the fermentation, but if there's something that we know about gut bacteria, microbiome, and fermentation, is that we don't know much. A lot of it is just, hey, this is producing results. We don't know how it works, but it's producing results. So we're gonna stick with that. So keep in mind, throughout all this different stuff, is like, there's no one right answer. Like, there's nothing that's gonna be good for everyone else. So we gotta stay on our experimentation game. We gotta keep having fun with it. And we gotta keep, okay, try this sauerkraut, oh, that made me feel amazing. I had felt great after that, so I'm gonna keep doing it. For someone else, it may not be that good. So stay experimenting, stay curious, stay with that child mind, and know that we don't know anything, but you know it all. You're the all-knowing. All right? So once again, thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. We got the stories. We're gonna start posting a little bit more, but that's where you're gonna get more of the day-to-day updates on what's going on with me. So blessings and wholeness, family. Thank you for tuning in to another Fermentation Friday. I'll probably catch y'all next week. If not, I'll catch y'all the next week. All right, wholeness.